crush anyone who blocks my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill.
Damn it was all so pointless. I've never seen so many people utterly heartbroken.
That's an interesting reaction I wasn't really expecting. Like, obviously, we had a battle. We had to kill a lot of people that were not necessarily our enemies, but the church's enemies, so kind of our enemies.
Forcing innocent citizens to risk their lives? That man was not a noble, but a monster.
Weren't they? Okay, yeah, they were militia. So, yeah, he just sort of, like, raised the militia and said, go fight the church.
What could have pushed Lord Lenato to this point?
I do like, and it makes sense that they are so much more introspective and affected by this, because they are from the Empire, and so is Lord Lenato.
Everyone was a bit shaken by the militia fighting alongside our enemies. If only everyone could face reality so unflinchingly.
I figured she'd actually approve of that. Like, yeah, you're right.
The commoners who allied themselves with Lord Lenato believed they were fighting for a just cause.
Well, now they feel silly, don't they?
It would be disrespectful to consider them simply victims when they died for what they believed in. Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
I mean, it's not that their ideas of justice were unreasonable, it was the facts they were given were incorrect.
Even if our enemies are the gods themselves, we must never lose sight of our goal.
Wait, what is our goal, according to you? Because we had no actual, like, dog in that fight. We were helping the church because we're part of the church, but the church is not our goal, as you very well know, Miss Guard. That is taking it a bit far.
Is it? Such a day may come, whether you expect it or not. You should be ready. Really, I'm just like Lenato. I, too, will be the sort of ruler who's willing to risk the lives of my citizens in service of a higher cause.
Again, I'm very curious what your higher cause is.
It's not possible to change the world without sacrifice. Dying for the greater good is not a death in vain.
Professor, I'm afraid this incident is far more serious than anticipated.
Okay, you found the note.
I found this on Lord Lenato. It's a note that mentions a plan to assassinate Lady Rhea.
Which we know now is, and it makes sense, we should have caught it at the time, like, why would he be carrying that around? So, the fact that he had it is definitely a attempt at controlling our actions, not a real plan.
We can't tell who sent it, so the source is suspect, but the content is too disturbing to ignore.
I mean, if Lady Rhea dies, we take over the church. I think we should do nothing.
We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that it's nothing.
I am glad to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is gracious with her divine protection.
I mean, I did double their level.
But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled as I had hoped.
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually did almost nothing in that battle. Catherine did more than I did.
I am not so sure.
I am so sure. You weren't there.
I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia.
I do have to wonder, did we know they were militia at the time? It was foggy and we didn't know what was going on.
However, we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers, even if those sinners are civilians. I pray the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish enough to point their blades towards the heavens.
I mean, they learned that loyalty to the person that's supposed to be in charge is not always the best policy. Great education. I'm sure you approve of that lesson.
Our real concern is what Catherine reported. The secret message that was in Lord Lenato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth. The plan seems unrealistic at best, but a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance.
Does he always say it's unrealistic? Because that seems to be a big clue of, yeah, this is meant to move your forces away from our real goal.
To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual.
That's actually interesting now that I think about it, because that actually means that those who slither planned for Leonardo to get killed. And it's very, very possible that he didn't even know that that plan was fake.
That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude.
I'm not going to ask if that will put them in danger. Like, they're literally here to learn how to fight.
The rite of rebirth is of paramount importance. It is when the Church of Seros and its believers unite to pray for the return of the goddess. The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins. Of course, the Knights will be on high alert as well. But there aren't enough of them to keep watch on every corner of the monastery.
That's another thing that I hadn't questioned before, but what kind of a knightly order is it that you can't even keep watch on your own damn base? Like, if you're stretched so thin that your primary... That'd be like, we don't have enough people in the army to keep watch on every corner of the Pentagon. I'm like, that's your primary building.
It is far from ideal to be forced to mobilize students, but the gravity of this situation requires that we all bend to avoid breaking.
Oh, I'll break you. Wait, what?
While there is no need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind eye to those who would blaspheme so heinously.
With any luck, this will all be for naught. Still, be on your guard.
It loaded real fast. Didn't have time to get over.
Part 1. White Clouds. Blue Sea Moon. The Goddess's Rite of Rebirth. And the nights grow ever shorter. The Blue Sea Star returns to the sky once more. Believed to be the goddess's home, her followers look to the star and commence celebrations of her rebirth. On the grounds of Garreg Mach Monastery, a grand ceremony is held in honor of this much-anticipated event. Every true follower of the Church of Seros is sure to be in attendance.
Alright. Another 5 Gs.
Thanks.
I'm surprised I don't have the T set already. Like, I know I get it eventually, but...
Our mission this month is to patrol and set up defenses to stop the assassination plot.
Which, typically the other houses are doing other things. You know, even though, obviously, in our playthrough we always get this one. I do have to wonder what in the world is so important that they don't use all of the students to secure against it. Like, okay, so Dimitri, this month you guys need to go pick flowers, and Claude...
I wonder if an assassination attempt is truly the goal of our enemy.
That was definitely a distraction.
Yes, I think so too. A barely concealed secret message trying to distract us from whatever's really going on. Sloppy, to say the least. And while everyone is out searching for a phantom assassin, they'll be free to accomplish their true goal with ease.
The monastery houses many valuable weapons. Perhaps that is their aim?
I hear the monastery has a treasure vault too. Seems like the sort of place a foe would like some alone time in.
Oh, there's a lot of places in the monastery that people would want some alone time in.
Garreg Mach is immense, and not just above ground, but below as well. Perhaps their aim lies beneath the monastery.
It seems to me that we should search the monastery for a clue as to what the enemy might be after. Of course, we must never underestimate the need for preparedness, in case a battle should ensue.
A secret meeting, Professor?
I mean, it's not really a secret. We're in the middle of the, like, entry hall.
haven't been introduced. I am Shamir.
I met you once before.
Shamir is one of the Knights of Saros, and this young man is...
For Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril.
You're not Shamir's apprentice anymore. You're sidelined.
Yep, she's teaching me about the bow and the sword and all kinds of stuff. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask.
It's interesting that Shamir said that she was teaching the sword and the bow, even though I don't think she's at all good with the sword. I think she's a lance bow person. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess I am exploring. But first, do we have any certifications? Dorothea has one, but nobody cares. Petra is already a thief. Felix, no. Doesn't look like anyone hit. No, the only level 10s we have are... Oh, Edelgard. Actually at level 10. I don't know how I missed her, but I sure did. Oh, I don't have any seals. Should probably buy some of those. Marketplace. Item shop. Buy. Convoy. Yeah, I'm going to need a whole lot of these, so how about we just go ahead and get 15. Whew, that took a lot out. That's okay. I'll get a lot more. While I'm here... Let's go ahead and get rid of this bullion I keep picking up. Yep, Marianne joined, by the way. That happened off stream, but I figured it was not a huge, like, oh, I must show them this. Okay, only one more beginner seal, but that probably doesn't matter, because I don't think anyone that actually needs a beginner seal, like, hasn't already advanced. So, certifications, before I forget, Edelgard, Armored Knight or Brigand. I do mostly use her. I think Armored Knight is the way to go for her. Because I do mostly use her in order to, like, absorb incoming damage. The problem is going to be I'm going to have to give her things to make her movement better, so she doesn't get left behind. She's already kind of doing that.
As expected.
Nice! Like, as far as I know, the stat bonuses are kind of random, but to get... Like, it sort of showed that I was going to go up by 5, but I didn't know it would all go into defense. That's awesome. So I think we talked about this before. If I go from Armored Knight to... There's something else you can do. Yeah. It says 96. Ah, okay, that's why it's grayed out. That makes sense. That makes me curious about something. So you are a... Thief is 97. Does that mean he will get 2 points for doing this?
A new path to...
It does not. Okay. We learned. We learned things. Actually, Thief might be okay for him, because I did notice that later on down the line, if I want to make him a trickster, it requires the Thief certification. So, just getting him Thief certification is going to help. It's weird, that's like the only one that's like that. Because, like, War Monk, I mean, it needs Brawl and Faith, but it doesn't have a prior certification that you have to have. I wouldn't really mind him being a trickster, especially on the Black Eagle playthrough. I'm less, like... I'll actually have Yuri for the church playthrough, so I don't think I need it there. Okay, so we will explore all around, but first, let's get these supports out of the way, because there are a ton of them. My god, cat, move out of the way. We'll start with Edelgard. Still can't. Wow, like that bond better move up really quick. So Eddie and Bernie, and Eddie and Dorothy. Wow, great conversation so far.
Bernadetta, why are you following me?
Well, you weren't really being. You can't be surprised she noticed.
You were following me quite conspicuously, so why attempt to hide now?
Please don't hurt me!
Bernie!
Calm yourself. I have no reason to harm you.
I love that. It's not, I wouldn't do that, but I have no reason to do that. Very, very Edel.
Forgive me, I beg you. I'll go straight back to my room and you'll never see me again. I swear.
What did you think would happen?
Bernadetta,
Yes, Lady Edelgard.
please explain why you were following me and why you tried to hide.
Is Her Highness saying she will not condemn me?
Oh my god, Bernie.
Please, speak like the human that you are. I already said no harm will come to you.
Yes, I'm sorry. Permit me to explain.
What do you mean, permit you to explain? She literally just asked you to explain.
Lady Edelgard, you are fearless. I look up to you as an example to follow.
And that explains it. How?
I decided to watch you from a distance, to learn from you. But your presence is, intimidating.
I mean, okay, that's fair.
I got more and more scared until I finally couldn't help but try to hide. Forgive me, I threw myself upon your mercy.
Bernie! My god.
Honestly.
I agree with Edelgard on this one. She's exasperating.
Look, nobody is truly fearless. Even I have things that I'm afraid of.
What? You do?
You seem oddly overjoyed at the thought.
No, of course not. But, what in the world could possibly frighten you?
The sea. I find the pitch black of the open sea at night quite frightening.
That's fair, that's fair. There is a... I don't know that this necessarily deals with the sea, but there's a series of books, or actually it's 2 books, so I guess I shouldn't really call it a series, but, it's by Patrick Rothfuss. It starts off with The Name of the Wind, and there is a line in there that I absolutely adore that says, there are 3 things that all wise men fear. The unexpected storm, travel on a moonless night, and the anger of a quiet man. And the fact that Pitch Black of the Open Sea kind of reminds me of Travel on a Moonless Night, where it's just like, you're on a boat and you're going and you can't see anything in all directions. You're just such a sense of isolation.
I can't swim, so if the sea were to wash me away, I fear I would never return.
The sea? I think I may have seen it once. Maybe. I didn't know you couldn't swim. That's a surprise.
Look at all the freaking armor she wears!
Again, my shortcomings delight you. Everyone has fears, as well as things they can't do. How many times must I tell you?
You literally only told her once.
I really did make you angry!
Okay, guys, I love Bernie. You know I love Bernie, but my god!
Hey, Adie. Uh-oh, you're scowling again.
Well, she just had a really weird conversation with Bernadetta.
You're going to get wrinkles all over that cute face of yours if you don't smile more.
Hello, Dorothea. I was just lost in thought. There are so many things to be done. To think of them makes my head ache sometimes. So many nobles of the Empire are utterly useless.
That's fair.
When I am Emperor, I intend to appoint only those who can actually be useful. It doesn't matter if they're of noble or common birth.
Noble or common, eh? Can you really do that?
I mean, I don't say why not.
I mean, not that I don't agree. I'd make all those nobles vanish if I could.
Be careful saying that to Edelgard. She's a little crazy.
It's not a question of can or cannot. All that matters is doing it and doing it right. The nobility system has only been around for 1,200 years. The concept didn't exist before that.
Only 1,200 years, huh? You always say such preposterous and extraordinary things, Adie. Yet somehow you actually make it work for you. It's like you're a character from an opera.
I need to remember that because I keep calling her Eddie and it's 80.
A character from an opera. If an opera is made about my life someday, I wonder how I'll be portrayed.
Oh, that's a very poignant line.
The revolutionary who guided the empire to a new dawn, or the foolish ruler who took her revolution too far?
Definitely the second one, although maybe not so much in your own path.
Well, that all sounds pretty violent. But either way, it would make an incredible opera. Do you figure it'd be a grand action piece full of combat and strife? Or would you prefer a somber political drama?
Oh, is she on to write an opera now?
Hail the mighty Edelgard, the red blood stains her story.
This right, I know I said it before, this is why I could never be a voice actor, because I can't sing.
Heavy as her crown may be, she will lead a soul to glory. To a brighter dawn we shall carry on. Hail Edelgard!
That's quite enough, Dorothea. I'm starting to feel more than a little embarrassed.
I understand.
Lovely as your voice is, let's just hope that any operatic productions about me are still a ways off.
Alright. And how come they get to have scenes with Edelgard and I don't? Rude. Alright, so we had Bernadetta and Dorothea. Well, Dorothea only had her, which is actually not super surprising because I don't use her in battle. So we'll go ahead and see Bernie. Bernie has a lot. It's the Bernie Power Hour, you guys. I think I've seen this already.
Lady Bernadetta. I will take my leave.
Oh, good. Bye! Goodbye! Finally. Oh, that was awful. Just terrifying.
So, again, I'm pretty sure I've seen this before, but I will let it play out.
Please don't sneak up on me like
Again, I walked up to you from in front.
It was nothing big. That lady just wanted me to show her around a bit. But strangers are just so nerve-wracking.
That is not true at all.
Yeah? How about when I first met you and I wouldn't come out of the corner or even uncover my face?
I was gonna say, she wouldn't open her door and she was just like, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away.
Actually, now that you mention it, it's funny. Once I started talking to you, I stopped feeling scared. I wonder why.
Because I'm just so charming.
You know, Professor, you might be the first person I've been able to speak to normally since I got here. And I have no idea why. I'm happy about it too. When we first started out here, we had to do drills. Outside. I skipped those every chance I got. It's a terrible idea going out in the forest with all these people you don't even know. Thanks to you, though, I can actually make it through class now. I'm grateful for that.
I wonder how traumatized she was when the bandits attacked in the middle of a drill, because that's what happened that precipitated me even coming here.
I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here. I'm okay. I am okay. I'm doing just fine. I feel safe here, thanks to you.
Wait, where did this come from?
What?
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
You saw that? Why would you see that? You were watching me? That crosses the line, Professor. Singing? Me? Why would I be singing? I'd never be singing. I've never been so humiliated.
God damn it, Bernie.
Useless, worthless, unmarriageable.
Oh, nope. We have to go through all of Bernie's. Good lord. Here's Sleepy and Avoidant. I wonder how this will go. I wonder why her 32 is in blue there. Hit point 32 out of 32.
La 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 la. Such lovely weather for painting.
Oh, here's the singing that we just referenced.
Bernadetta?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
It's just me, Linhardt. What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're not sleeping and you're not in the library. Are you feeling okay?
Painting! Just painting. Not important. Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I'll just go. I'm going.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read. I'll stay quiet and still so as not to bother you. How's that? If you want to go, that's fine too.
Linhardt is kind of perfect for Bernadetta. If I end up with Petra, I kind of hope they end up together because he's just like, I'll just stay out of your way. And she's like, good.
No. I'll stay.
For a second, I thought, is that the whole scene?
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for coming here. I'm sorry for bothering you.
Bernie!
Mad, aren't you? You look really mad. I'll just pack up. I'll be gone before you know it.
Mad? At you? Never. I rather admire you, in fact.
Really? Because you want to stay inside more?
I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise. However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research. That, Bernadetta, is a problem.
What? You admire me? Nah! No way. I know a trick when I see one. What are you plotting? So you want to copy me, is that it? And what's a copy do with the original? Replace it!
Bernadetta, my god in heaven.
I've got you figured out. I won't just sit back and take it. I'll fight you!
What? That's not... This is too much hassle. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry! Please don't kill me!
Wow, it's funny how much I liked Bernadetta, and these scenes are just... Now, granted, I have to remind myself these are the C-ranked scenes, and the C-ranked scenes are very often not as good and just, like, overwhelmingly cliched. They don't paint a realistic portrait of someone. They're just, like, super, like, this is their trait! But, man, this is kind of getting Bernadetta overload for me, and I'm like, why did I like this character? I think I may be making a mistake having all these Bernadetta scenes back to back, actually. Three more, guys! Oh god, Sylvain and I think I've actually seen Sylvain and Bernadetta, because, like, I did actually recruit Bernadetta.
So full. That fruit plate really hit the spot. Time to get nice and snug. Maybe do some sewing.
Hey, you Bernadetta. You look pretty happy. Celebrating something?
What? No, nothing at all.
Hey, relax. It's okay if you'd rather not tell me. By the way, I believe you left something in the library.
Okay, I do remember this now. Yeah, the story or poem that she was writing.
I was curious who it belonged to and gave it a read through. You're a really talented writer.
I do have to wonder though, good lord, they're like giving Bernadetta a lot of skill. She can sing, she can paint, she's a writer. Although, granted, actually, I say that kind of like, wow, they're just like making her super talented in every facet. But if she literally does spend her whole life shut up in her room, she would like be really good at all the stuff she can do by herself.
I'm sorry. I peeked at the first page, then the next, and I couldn't stop. I think it's good enough to publish. It's the kind of adventure story that will make people laugh and cry.
Okay, it is a book. I couldn't remember.
I love how you never know what mess the hero is going to get herself into next. I'm dying to read more. Your mouth's hanging wide open. Bernadetta, are you okay?
Sorry, was someone talking about a story?
Yes, that would be me. I read your book.
You read my book?
Yeah, and I loved it.
I'm so humiliated. Please forget everything you read.
Humiliated? No, I think the word you're looking for is humbled, because... and she's gone.
I do like that Sylvain doesn't hit on her at all.
Now, what do I do with this book?
Oh, he actually read it! I regret everything. Even if I burn the pages, I can't burn his memory. Not unless I throw him in the fire, too.
I'd forgotten about this. This is why I love Bernie.
No, that's awful. Don't think things like that, Bernie.
Alright, 2 more. This is definitely going to have to be a split episode, because we're already at the 30-minute mark. Good lord, and look how much we still have to go. And this is always the case when we get into the early game. Like, they all hit C rank super fast.
Bernadetta, please come out of your room. You've been in there.
Oh, that's right. She, like, breaks down the door.
You need to train.
No. Sorry, not happening.
I'm not playing around, Bernadetta. This training is absolutely crucial to your future.
This makes a lot more sense whenever they're in the same... Although I guess she did actually join our house, so... But yeah, in theory, you could actually get the scene when they're in completely different houses. And like, why do you care so much, Ingrid?
I don't care. I can't handle it today. Please leave.
Why did you come here?
Why did I come here? I didn't choose to join the academy. I was forced.
I suppose not everyone has to be pleased about being here. But even so... Bernadetta, I'll ask one more time. Please come out of there.
And I'll tell you one more time. It's not happening. Not right now. Not today.
You leave me no alternative. If you're near the door, you'd better step away.
My door! Why?
Now hurry along, Bernadetta. You've got lots of training to catch up on.
Spare me! I'll train! I'll train! Just not with you. Anyone but you, please.
Also, and like granted, this is super metagame and I like not in character. But it's also kind of funny because like Ingrid is level 3 and Bernadetta is level like 9. So it's like, Ingrid, maybe look at your own ducks.
Is that so? That presents a problem. I know we are two very different people, but whether or not you like me, we are on the same side. We must learn to work together.
It's not about any of that! If this is how you treat people on your own side, what do you do to your enemies?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. I did what was necessary to get you to comply. Nothing more. I do hope that the professor will be able to help you through the rest of your training. In the meantime, I will fix your door. Good luck!
Good luck indeed.
Right. Okay. Good.
Like, that was... why are her best scenes with people in other houses? Alright, and Yuri, now this one's interesting, because obviously the 4 of the Ashen Wolves I haven't seen at all, so I always look forward to these. I almost want to save them... We don't have any with Balthus? That's sad. For the end. I was kind of curious how many we have. I think I will actually say going down to them, because it looks like a lot of them are... So yeah, we can kind of save that, but I will go and finish off burning, because otherwise I'll keep looking at her and be like, why is that not done?
Is that Yuri? I gotta evaporate. Maybe if I just curl into a ball, I'll pass as a boulder. Or a pebble.
Hey, Bernadetta.
You can see me?
Are you effing serious right now?
Clearly. You're a tricky one. Always trying to hide when I'm around.
Not very well, though.
Sorry. Please forgive me.
If you want forgiveness, then explain yourself. But make it quick. You always ramble on.
Well, when I was little, my mother and father, they...
You've got to be kidding. Cut to the chase, please.
You remind me of one of my old friends.
Interesting, I wonder if they knew each other.
Oh, come now. Whoever this friend of yours is can't possibly compare to me.
I'm telling the truth.
Alright, alright. What was his friend like then? The way you run and hide from me, they must have been a real piece of work.
That's not it at all! He was the assistant to the gardener at our estate. My friend was gentle, trustworthy, gorgeous.
Interesting. That is not something I expected Bernadetta to be thinking about, but I guess it makes sense.
And, well, he was the only person who was ever nice to me. We used to run around the gardens playing together.
And why is it you keep running away from me?
That's... do I really have to say? We hardly even know each other.
You never have to do anything. But if you don't, you and I won't have a shot at knowing one another. And you'll carry on avoiding me forever.
But that's no good either! Okay, I'll tell you. The thing is, because of me, he got in trouble. After that, I never saw him again. You see, my father hated commoners, and when he found out I was spending a lot of time with one, well...
That's not really your fault. That's your father's fault for being a bigot.
He's probably dead now, and it's all my fault! It's because of me! He must have hated me.
Bernadette, you have got to quit being such a sad sack.
That doesn't sound right to me. Why would you think all that?
I do have to wonder if that's actually Yuri.
Nothing you did would make his death your fault. And hating you for something that isn't your fault is absolutely absurd. Delusional, even.
You're wrong! He'd definitely hate me if he knew. How would you know anyway? What? Did you know my friend or something?
That is a very strange leap of logic.
In a manner. Right. So, remember back when you were a kid?
Okay, it actually is him. That's interesting and unexpected. How did he not know that who Bernadetta was then?
You tripped while holding some gardening shears, and your friend got cut pretty badly.
Oh yeah, I remember. But how did you know about that?
If I bore you any ill will, it would have only been for cutting my face with those damn shears.
Cutting your face? Shears? But there's no way!
But there is. That friend?
Well, obviously.
That was me, Bernadetta. Anyway, I'm glad I finally got to hear how you felt about all of that. Let's spend time together later and chat about the good old days. Get to know each other again.
I love the just open mouth like, I can't process. Alright, and with that I'll end this episode. Next time we will continue, because as you can see, there's a lot left. See you next time, guys.
Thank you.